Hello, everybody, and welcome again to another edition of Mr. J's Geek Corner, place where we talk about everything that is geek, movies, TV, comics, video games, and everything that it is classified as geek. And this week, I'm gonna once again say how the New 52 is the worst thing that's ever hit DC Comics. I mentioned in episode 1 that the New 52 is basically just wrecked DC Comics, and it's just mixed up, convoluted, pieced together history. And once again, I mentioned Superman's origin being how he lost his dad being kind of mixed up and two-sided. I mean, you don't know which one to believe. And this time, I'm going to touch on some more ways that they have once again messed up the DC universe. First of all, I've read they've changed the multiverse completely. I read online on Wikipedia just last week that I read the differences between the multiverse of old and then the one that was brought back in Infinite Crisis and in the 52 series and was basically shown part of in Final Crisis. And then I strained on down the page and found out that there was the New 52 multiverse. I mean, I just gotten used to the multiverse they had post Infinite Crisis when they gave birth to it again and basically turned every Earth into visual Earth in 52. But they hadn't truly flushed it out yet. In my opinion, they hadn't even truly flushed it out. They hadn't really explored it well enough yet and go to all the different Earths. There's probably 52 Earths in that multiverse. But they hadn't gone and explored them all yet. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, they just throw it all out the door and start this New 52 mess. And now they've redone the multiverse. I looked at it the other night and listened. They've messed everything up, in my opinion. They have messed everything up. I mean, Earth 22 ain't the Kingdom Come universe anymore. It's something else. And I said they've just completely warped it and messed it up and it's crazy. I mean, it's nothing as what it was before. Nothing. I mean, they took, as probably said before, as I said in episode 1, they took 75 years of history and slammed it out the window, and just took eats and bits of history and just glued them all together to look like a motley up model of its former self, and call it new. And it ain't cool. And I don't like it. I don't like what they've done with the new. I don't like it. And again, as I said, specifically what they've done with Superman. I don't like what they did with Superman at all. I'm a hardcore Superman fan, and to me, I don't like it. One specific one I've probably mentioned before is Earth 23. I mean, when they first introduced it in Final Crisis, I was like, it was interesting. I mean, only an African American Superman, but also one that is president. I mean, that's one you've never seen before. They've always had fantasy stories about Superman as president or Superman as black man, and I thought that was always interesting. But I've never seen it combined together before. But the thing was, it went from there. It was like African American Superman and Wonder Woman, and possibly even a Batman, which I wish they'd explored more. But now they have taken that idea and completely warped it. I mean, it's still a black president Superman on Earth 23, but he looks way different. I mean, they've before he looked like classic Superman, just with more African American looking, I guess you could say. Like I said, he just looks more like a black man. But he still looks like the Superman we know. And another thing I like is that they reversed the insignia and color and everything. But this time, they've completely changed who he is. I mean, you don't even recognize him as the Superman. He don't look like Superman. And has a different hairstyle and a different face, and even an armored suit of his own. And I've already just expressed my dismay before about Superman wearing armor, that it makes him look weak. But this time, it just looks like they ran. It just looks like they just slapped something on it. I mean, it don't look good. If I've mentioned this before, then I'm gonna mention it again. It don't look good. I mean, the fact that his cape is like right here, it's like it just stretched. It don't look impressive. It don't look like a superhero. It don't even look like a president, for that matter. I say it don't look good. And now I've heard, as of late, for Earth 23, they're gonna make Wonder Woman look like Beyonce Knowles. Is that really necessary? I mean, honestly, is it necessary to try to make Wonder Woman look like a model or a celebrity? I mean, particularly a singer. One that, in my opinion, ain't not that good. But this ain't a music critic corner. But still, why do that? Why completely mess up everything that you've already established and just do something, base it on celebrities? Honestly, if you want to have a multiverse Earth for that, go ahead. But don't throw out an already established design that you already have. A good design. I mean, I love the Final Crisis Wonder Woman design from Earth 23. I love that design. I thought it looked great. But to do that and then you say make her like Beyonce, I don't know. I don't know why in the world they want to do that. It's just, I said, that's another way they've messed up the Earth multiverse for me. Another way is that before the New 52, the Red Lanterns were a very interesting group of characters, and one that I really wanted a book about. But when they launched the New 52 and they launched as I said before, I gave it a chance. And that was one of the books I gave a chance, the Red Lanterns. But about 3 or 4 books in, I got bored. They weren't doing anything. All they did was just, usually you expected a book full of wrath and anger and rage and a violent book. If you expect if any book is going to be violent, it was going to be that. But it wasn't. I said, you expect any book to be violent out of like Batman or Superman. You expect there was going to be a violence overload in the Red Lanterns comic. But it wasn't. Of all the books they toned down that one. It was more introspective, and he spent more time talking and thinking and everything than they did fighting. And to me, it got very dull after a while, and I quit reading it. And that's one thing that I'm sad to say that they've messed up in the New 52 also is that they've made them dull, and then it made Red Lanterns dull, and I don't like that at all. And then I read online this morning from the New York, I'm going to say the Washington Post, or an article in there saying that they're going to redo Batman's origins for the New 52. Why? So they can mess it up like Superman? What are they going? I mean, they've already. I mean, they back got Superman's origins right, as close as they can to his origins. But why they got to keep? But they've messed it up, like how he lost his dad and everything. Now they're going to explore Batman's origins for New 52. What are they going to do? They're going to mess that up too? Honestly, I mean, I don't want to see them redo it. I mean, I've seen the origin story umpteen dozen times since I've started reading Batman. And do they really need to go over this again and just tweak it and do things to it to make it more, try to make it more believable? It's already believable. I mean, what are they going to do? Show Bruce Wayne suddenly stumble into a time portal into the 31st century and show him finding an armored suit with a gadget-filled belt, and show him swap it, take it back to the present, slap a Batman sticker on it, make a cape and cowl, and become Batman? because that's what he looks like to me. He's too futuristic looking anyway. He looks like he's got 25th century technology in the 21st century, and all he's got is a cloth cape and cowl and a bat sticker to go on the front of it. What is that? I mean, I said they going to do. I said they ain't going to revamp. What are they going to show? How he got the armor? I just can't stand it. I said I just don't. I just look at every day how ridiculous they're making the new 52, and it just drives me mad. I just can't stand it. And I think, and as I've said before, I think they need to go back to the original DC universe. And I imagine there's a lot of folks out there that think the same thing too. And I said, it just drives me mad, and I can't stand. I think, and the way they keep showing, and the way everything keeps looking in the comics, everything like everything's about to fall to pieces anyway, and go back to it. So either way, we might end up with Classic Universe back. But I said, and I can't wait for that to happen personally. So, do y'all agree with me, or do y'all have a different opinion, or do y'all like the new 52? If y'all have a different opinion than I do, then just give me a, or do you agree with me? Leave me a comment in the comment box. And I guess that's it for this week's Mr. J's Geek Corner. And if you have any other questions or comments, or have any ideas stuff you want to hear me talk about, just make a comment and subscribe. I'd love to hear you, and make sure to subscribe to this page. And like I said, I would love to hear your comments and suggestions of things you want to hear me talk about. I'm always open to them. And I'll see y'all next time.